Part 5. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 41. What is the concept of 200,000 square kilometers? Let's put it this way. The land area of the island nation is 378,000 square kilometers. The land area of Bangsa country is 103,000 square kilometers. Even the Eagle Hook country, which is one of the 5 major powers, is only 243,600 square kilometers. With this comparison, isn't it more obvious? The most important thing is the increase in the land. Of these 200,000 square kilometers, it is supreme, meaning land reclamation. This will not affect the original situation of the Dragon Kingdom in the slightest. 2 new continents of 100,000 square kilometers. It's a certain distance from the mainland, so it doesn't affect the port. So, the seaside is still the seaside. The only difference is that when you stand on the beach and look at the other side, you will vaguely see the new world on the other side. This feeling. It's amazing. It's dreamy. Pretty country. The country as a whole is sluggish. Because of an unknown virus, the network was down for several days. Finally, the network was restored, and I wanted to go up and shout a few words, but I found that it was the 3rd manifestation of the Dragon Kingdom. This time, it directly crossed 100,000 square kilometers of land. If it goes on like this, I'm afraid we won't be able to keep the number 1 position in our beautiful country. It's okay, don't worry. They don't even have a lot of cars, they don't have a few buildings, and the level of industry is even lower. Even if it manifests 10 more times, it won't be able to catch up with our beautiful country. There are few cars, few buildings, and the level of industry is low. Brother, don't be deceived by TV again. I've been to the Dragon Country, and I've been to a lot of cities, and the small cities over there are also developing very fast, no worse than our beautiful country. And with a mobile phone, you can travel the whole country, in our beautiful country. Don't be deceived by the TV stations. Those people are all lying to you for the sake of ratings, all kinds of fabricated facts. Is it really fake? The TV station said that the Dragon Country is indeed very backward. Believe it or not, I'll go up and see it with my own eyes anyway. This is the case. It has attracted the attention of countless beautiful Chinese people. But the man is gone. Not a single comment was ever posted. Subsequently, someone broke the news again. To say that this person's IP is from the Dragon Kingdom is purely self-selling and boasting. I'll just say it. How can a TV station deceive people? No wonder you are from the Dragon Kingdom. It turns out that you are from the Dragon Kingdom, then it's no wonder. Yes, that's right. The beautiful country is the first in the world, and the Dragon Country can't compare to it at all. Someone blocked that person's IP. As for who blocked the... Guess what? Dragon Country. In a chat room. Wow, brother Dong, your hand is self-black, it's a bit interesting. Why do we want beautiful people to know how powerful we are? Isn't it good to let them continue to be narcissistic? I think it's good. Haha. I'm laughing to death. Yes, I think I can. These are also hackers, not hackers from official organizations. They like to go to the forums of various countries to find out the news of the national fortunes of various countries. This time, I saw a foreigner in the country of blowing dragons. Oops. Is there a sensible one? That won't work. I can't let you leak the secrets of the Dragon Kingdom, I have to seal it for you. Next. The time limit for the 3rd copy is 48 hours to go. This day. The voice of Supreme Consciousness. Once again, it rings in people's ears. The beautiful country successfully killed the Lion King of the wasteland and obtained the following rewards. 1. Add 5% for national fortunes. 2. 10 times the Lion King's territory. Hint: the beautiful country has suffered heavy casualties, please replenish the combatants as soon as possible. Since the beginning of the National Fortune battlefield, the Dragon Kingdom has manifested 3 times. Finally. 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 It's our turn to be a beautiful country. As for the last tip of the beautiful country with heavy casualties. Is there that sentence? Didn't hear that. The first time I came, the second time will be far away. Haha. My beautiful country is going to rise. Whether in the outside world or on the battlefield of national fortune, our beautiful country is the first, and it must be the first. In the cheers of netizens in the beautiful country, the embodiment has begun. Han Palace. The top brass of the beautiful country are very excited. Quick. Send someone to investigate. Also, add some elites to fill the soldiers who died on the battlefield of the national movement. And those soldiers who sacrificed, do a good job of follow-up, understand? Yes, sir. Some big families, chables. Go get in touch, people from the top. Remember one thing: the embodiment of the earth, we must be the first to enter. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Just get it, go ahead. This moment. The whole of the beautiful country is high. Actually, the initial exploration of the national battlefield will not allow the stronghold to expand. Because the location of the national movement entered in the early stage is equivalent to the novice village. It is necessary to wait until the newbie village is out of the newbie village, enter the new map, and then kill the wasteland beasts and occupy their territory before the stronghold will be expanded. Boom. The southern part of the beautiful country is shaking. Obviously, the embodiment should be in the south. Pretty country. Southern. It's a desert. In a place like the desert, even if the climate is harsh, you can't grow anything. So it's also a very good choice to manifest here. But no one will know that the Emperor Lion King's territory is about to manifest. There is a danger. And the reason why there is danger is because the soldiers of the beautiful country are not the wasteland Lion King killed by normal means. So, this danger is brought to their country by the soldiers of the beautiful country. It's just that at the moment, no one knows about it, let alone thinks about it. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 42. Boom. Click. The entire southern part of the beautiful country is in trembling. After a few minutes, the southern part of the country began to settle down, but there was a dense woods. The officials of the beautiful country immediately sent people to guard several of the main entrances. But trees, weed, it's all unseen, never seen on the blue star. This makes many beautiful Chinese people feel very curious. And a beautiful country advocates freedom. They all advocate freedom, so they must not be subject to official positions. Therefore, many beautiful Chinese people want to find out. What? The entrance is blocked? That's not a problem. The embodied place is so big, it's not easy to sneak in. Not, though. It has to be done sooner rather than later. Otherwise, it is unlikely that it will be possible to wait until the official fully takes over and then want to enter at that time. Unless it is the second generation of some hands and eyes that have a very close background in the family. So at this moment, several foreign anchors came to the other side of the place. Several of them are big streamers with millions of followers, and they are not on the same platform yet. And this joint expedition attracted audiences from the 3 largest platforms in the beautiful country. The number of people in the live broadcast room is called an explosion. Howly crab, the anchor is so fast, has he reached the edge of the place? Anchor, go in, as long as I can enjoy it, the gift is guaranteed to your satisfaction. Come on, let's have a few gifts first, and give the anchor a little motivation. The barrage in the live broadcast room of the three is continuous, and the gifts are also non-stop. On this, all three of them were laughing from ear to ear. Man, who is afraid of having a lot of money? Brothers, we are about to enter, so stay tuned. That's right, we're going in, let's give us a little more support. With everyone's support, we will definitely move forward. Speaking of which, it's more direct abroad than at home. Want to see XXX? Yes. Ask you directly for the price. Seeing the barrage and gifts that skyrocketed again, the three of them glanced at each other. Then, ready to enter. At the prompting of the Supreme Consciousness, the whole world knows that the beautiful country is manifested for the first time. At the same time, many countries are curious. Because apart from the Dragon Country, the beautiful country is the only country that manifests. And the Dragon Kingdom has long been closed, and it is impossible for them to understand the embodiment of the place. So, many people have set their sights on the beautiful country. And the beautiful country does not hide it, they are even ready to release some videos that explore good things in the later stage. First, it's for show. Second, it is to attract more talents to join their beautiful country. After all, a beautiful country is a country of immigrants. Last time, the deportation of immigrants chilled the hearts of many people. This time, they want to salvage their reputation. At the same time, there are also many people who have discovered the beautiful country Anchor and are about to enter the embodiment to explore. So, some foreign viewers have also entered their live broadcast rooms through various channels. Quest space. Of the 50 soldiers in the beautiful country, only 8 are left at the moment. It wasn't they who killed the Lion King of the wasteland. Their magic attack is probably no different from tickling to the Lion King. When preparing for a visible retreat, slowly looking for an opportunity, a few discovered another terrifying existence. A giant elephant at least 10 stories tall. So, an idea was born. Use the monsters to defeat them. They tried their best to lure the ridiculously large elephant into the Lion King's territory, and succeeded in infuriating both sides. And then, the two behemoths began to bite together. In the end, the huge giant elephant killed the Lion King, and the giant elephant was also injured a lot. At this time, the voice of Supreme Consciousness appeared, reminding them that the Lion King had died, and that they had successfully taken over the Lion King's territory. The soldiers of the beautiful country finally breathed a sigh of relief. But this time, well, what about the giant elephant? Why did it suddenly disappear? Maybe run back to your own territory, right? Do you hear it running back? Like. Nope. Could it be manifested by the Supreme Consciousness to the outside world? Wang Defa, impossible, right? If this really manifests itself in the outside world, wouldn't it be the end? This pretty country. Southern. The previous anchors have entered the embodiment place. With the anchor's camera, the audience watched it in amazement. Wow, what kind of tree is that? It's too tall, isn't it? Why does that fruit look so much like a human head? The stuff here, it's amazing. That's when. Knock. 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 A muffled sound came. The camera flutters as well. The three anchors. Panic. Watched the attention of their live broadcast, and their expressions were stunned. Embodied in the. What? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Global Dungeon, Superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 43. Knock. 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 The whole ground was shaking. And the magnitude of the shaking was enormous. But no one saw how it was caused. The reason why I didn't see it is also very simple. Trees, grass, rocks. All sorts of things, obscuring the lens. It also obscured the sight of the anchor and the audience. What's going on? I don't know, what the hell is it? Do you want to withdraw first? Do you want to withdraw now? The three anchors were also a little cowardly. But the audience is unwilling. What? When you see the most critical moment, you say you want to withdraw. What a joke. This time the retreat. It's like the power goes out when the movie reaches its best part. It is also equivalent to the most critical time, the other party kicks you away and says that you will not continue. Who can bear this? I can't bear it. So, as long as the anchor doesn't leave, gifts are not a problem at all. Yes, don't go, there is no shortage of gifts. In the live broadcast room, they began to frantically brush gifts. One after the other, it can't be stopped at all. In just a few tens of seconds, thousands of dollars have already been paid. As the saying goes, money makes the devil grind. Not to mention, not necessarily dead. It's just to take a look at it from a distance, as long as the audience can see what caused the big movement. And just as the anchor hesitated, the gifts skyrocketed again. At this moment, the anchor couldn't help it. Money. It's all money. Okay, then I'll fight it and show everyone what is in the ground. For the sake of the brothers, let's go out and fight. That's a nice thing to say. Actually, what it really means is, for the money, we fought hard. In fact, the audience also knows, but they are willing to spend this money to see an exciting project. Dragon Country. National Games Forum. Big news, big news. The anchor over there in the beautiful country is broadcasting live on the spot. Looks like I'm in danger. I will update it in real time, so that the brothers who are inconvenient to see can also understand the first-hand situation. As soon as this post came out, it immediately attracted a lot of attention. No, isn't it? We have 2 more new continents, an oasis and a copper mine, and I've heard that there is any danger. Could it be that the beautiful country is more cushioned and embodies a dangerous place? I don't know. Brother, it must be updated in real time. What the people of the country are concerned about is not the life or death of a beautiful country. It's about whether there is danger in the ground. If there is danger in the place, then what about the embodiment of the Dragon Kingdom? Could it be dangerous too? This is what the Chinese people care about. Eagle Hook Country. Beautiful Chinese people are live broadcasting, go and watch it. Walter, where is the live broadcast? Where is it? Give me an address, brother. What danger does the anchor seem to have encountered? What? Is there a danger on the ground? Can't you? Fassi Country. Since the defeat of the players from their own country, the national sports have been deducted. Faces and Spain have become a pot of porridge. But everyone is still very concerned about the national sports battlefield. I heard that there are people in the beautiful country and are live broadcasting, and many people are ready to take a break and go to see what the situation is in the beautiful country first. Northern Bear Country. Whether it's the top or the general public, also tried their best to go to the live broadcast room to watch the live broadcast of the beautiful country anchor. Because they are curious about the embodiment. After all, they are in the Northern Bear Country, and they have not yet manifested once. Island Country, Stick Country, Three Kingdoms, Maple Leaf Country. The eyes of countless countries have once again gathered on the beautiful country. However, the main master beautiful country is also confused. Han Palace. Conference room. What? Someone is live streaming. Nonsense, it's nonsense. Are these young people in the water in their brains? How can such an important place be live? Countless people are roaring in anger. Although the official is also preparing to release some videos after exploring the embodiment site, it will definitely go through post-processing. If you broadcast live like this, if something happens, you won't be able to watch it at all. Go and communicate with these live broadcast platforms and block their live broadcast rooms. Yes, sir. But the effect of communication is not obvious. Because behind these live broadcast platforms, there is capital support. They ostensibly promised, but in fact they were able to delay for a while. Because the traffic has risen so terrifying. There are so many things that can be brought to this traffic. Well, to put it bluntly, it can bring money. Drag it on. Wait for enough traffic, and wait for the Han Palace to go crazy. It's never too late to close. Embodied in place. The three streamers moved on. The sound is getting louder and louder. The ground is shaking more and more. Gifts, on and going, even more and more. It is these gifts that make the three anchors collectively go up and risk their lives to continue to explore. This is. Audience friends, we are very close to the source of the sound. This. Holy crap, what's that? Occasionally, it's big, it's big. It's big. The three anchors. The Colossus of the wasteland was clearly visible. And the audience from all over the world in the live broadcast room was also. By this Colossus that is at least 10 stories high. Scared. Damn, this horse is an elephant, this is a mammoth, right? Although the mammoth is extinct, I have seen a mammoth fossil, and this horse is much bigger than the mammoth, okay. My family lives in a bungalow, I live on the top floor 8 floors, and this Colossus seems to be taller than my building. Wang Defa, what is this? Is this the enemy that the soldiers face on the battlefield of national fortune? Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 44. How big is a mammoth? I don't know. Anyway, it's bigger than the current elephants. After all, the creatures that have become extinct, except for this major. Otherwise, no one will know how big a mammoth really is. But the Colossus in front of me. Absolutely, not, mammoth. Who has ever seen a 10-story mammoth on horseback? Roar. A voice that did not belong to the elephant cry came out. There seemed to be confusion and anger in his voice. Elephant, that doesn't seem to be what it is called, does it? I don't sound like that. What do you mean it's not like? This horse is not an elephant, right? Although it has a long nose, who says it is an elephant? Makes sense. Not only were the audience not in a hurry, but they also discussed what it was. Urgent. It's not us who are there. Why should we be in a hurry? And the three anchors on the scene were almost bold. Not. Though. It's not about guts. When human beings are confronted with unknown creatures, especially such huge unknown creatures, they can't help but be afraid. This is. The giant elephant turned around. The three anchors trembled with fright. One of the streamers said, "Run, run, don't." As he spoke, he turned his head. Turned out to find that the two anchor companions were at least 10 meters away from him. The anchor. Whispering a curse fake, he also began to turn around. When I came, it was cautious and quiet. When I walked, I was in a panic and ran away. This difference naturally attracted the attention of the giant elephant. Roar. The giant elephant roared again. It remembers the little people in front of it. It is precisely because of these villains that they inexplicably fought with the Lion King of the wasteland. Although he won, he was also injured a lot. After winning the battle, I wanted to go back to the territory to recuperate. As a result, inexplicably, he came to an unknown world. The Colossus is angry and the consequences are serious. And the three anchors who appeared have seen the wrath of the Colossus. Knock. Knock. The ground began to shake again. As soon as the three anchors turned around, they saw that the giant elephant began to chase them, and they were even more frightened. Before, it was a bang every 2 or 3 seconds, but now it is once a second, and it is not even a second. Knock. Knock. The giant elephant only took a few steps before catching up with the anchor who was left behind. The big nose hooked forward, and the anchor was about to roll up. Audience. It's exciting. The anchor is going to be cold. This effect is more enjoyable than watching a 3D blockbuster. Anchor, come on, you must fight for some air, the tusks of the giant elephant. Poof, God is so angry. What can I do then? There's no chance to fight back. Don't you think the tusks of the giant elephant are already the last stubbornness of the anchor? Grass, what you said makes sense, I can't refute it. This foreign friend cheers for us to give us a little more show effect. I won't give this gift. But don't get me wrong, I'm not bad for money, but you're burping too. You won't be able to receive the money for your gifts, and you will only be cheap live broadcast platforms for nothing. Grass, here comes the logic master again, I admire it. Ha 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 ha. The netizens of the Dragon Country, a happy group. But netizens in the beautiful country. Holy crap special, this giant elephant has such a strong desire to attack. It's over, the anchor is going to be cold. Quick, call the police, save people. It's okay to call the police, just save people, and when the police arrive at the place, it is estimated that they will be chewed into slag. This is. The streamer has been sent to the mouth of the giant elephant. Then. Whoosh. Gollum. Chew. Sorry. Too small. The giant elephant chooses to take a sip. The other two streamers almost didn't scare their souls away when they saw their companions dead, and they fled faster. But. Still being overtaken by giant elephants. One person, trampled to death, directly became a puddle of flesh. One person was thrown away by a nose and struck a tree and broke in two. The picture also cuts off. Roar. The giant elephant roared again. The sound also disappeared. There is no picture, no sound, but the barrage is still as many as snowflakes. People die for money, birds die for food, these are the three of them. Money can make ghosts grind, and these three are the ones who are talking about it. The world is bustling, all for profit, the world is bustling, all for profit, say it is still these three. NB. NB. Longwo netizens. Han Palace. All the high-level officials of the beautiful country also watched the live broadcast. So, what kind of creature is that elephant like? It's too big, isn't it? What's wrong with the big one? Can you block bullets? Can you still block shells? But it's a concrete place. If you blow up a giant elephant, the embodied place will also be damaged. Isn't it the end of luring the elephant out? The question is, can it be eliminated? How can a mere beast not be lured? I always feel uneasy. Thinking too much. An hour later. The army of the beautiful country arrived. Their tactic is simple, use a way to lure the giant elephant out. And then. With modern thermal weapons. Smash it? In the eyes of the beautiful country, even the monsters with their physique can't stop the attack of artillery fire. Quick, ready to roar. A loud bang rang out. Everyone only felt that it was suddenly dark. When I looked up, it was a giant elephant. Whoosh! The trunk of the giant elephant swept over, directly sweeping away dozens of soldiers, and 4 or 5 jeeps. Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Da-da-da! The soldiers aimed at the giant elephant and opened fire. But the bullets of the rifle could not even break the skin of a giant elephant. RPG. Whoosh! A rocket flew past. Boom! The shell exploded. But still couldn't break the giant elephant's defenses. Where's the tanks? Where are our tanks? It's coming, it's coming. Bang! Tank shells flew. But what happened in the next second stunned countless people. The seemingly bulky giant elephant flicked its nose and caught the tank shell. With the stunned expressions of the crowd, the cannonball was put into the mouth. Boom! The shell exploded in the mouth of the giant elephant. But the giant elephant is no problem. And spit out a puff of smoke. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 45. Eurowaga. Oh my god. Shit. A group of soldiers from the beautiful country were stupid. The giant elephant put the cannonballs. It's like a kid eating exploding candy. Eat. Gollum. Someone swallowed. Roar. The giant elephant roared again. The huge nose turns into a slaughtering machine at this moment. Everywhere I went. People die. Car wrecked. Even a sturdy tank will be knocked away in one fell swoop, and it doesn't know where it will fall. The on-site commander hurriedly shouted, "Retreat! Retreat! This situation can't fight." The soldiers hurriedly retreated. Fortunately, the giant elephant seems reluctant to leave the embodied field. Otherwise, none of them can escape. Han Palace. Watch the video coming back from the front. The crowd fell silent. Bullets, RPGs, tanks, planes. It's all useless. Didn't even break through the elephant's defenses. That's with what? Do you want to make a sortie of icms? Let's not mention whether icms can hurt giant elephants. Don't you want that concrete place? Send someone again, let's try it. Dragon Country. The location of the high-rise. The white-haired old man was at the table, looking at the information about the beautiful country. A giant elephant that is 10 stories high, bullets can't pierce, RPGs can't move, and cannonballs are eaten like candy. The old man put down the information in his hand, sighed heavily, and said, "In the battlefield of national fortune, it is really dangerous, and I don't know if the soldiers of my dragon kingdom are still safe inside." He really worried about the fighters. Because these young people are the future of the dragon kingdom. After sighing for a while, the old man picked up the information again and continued to read it. Giant elephant. Appeared in the embodiment of a beautiful country. Is it a coincidence? Or is it a soldier from a beautiful country who hasn't cleaned up? The old man's brows furrowed, and he couldn't figure it out a little. There are several places in the Dragon Kingdom, but none of them have been found to be dangerous. With this giant elephant here, it will be difficult for the beautiful country to carry out large-scale mining. The old man gradually smiled. It is also a good thing. Then he issued an order. I don't know who leaked the news of the embarrassed retreat of the beautiful country's army. Upon hearing this news, countries began to discuss it. Dragon Country. National Movement Battlefield Forum. That giant elephant is really fierce. That's not called fierce, that's called Janima's fierce. I heard that they all eat cannonballs as explosive candy. Who of you knows if it's true or not? Based on the size of the giant elephant, it's probably true. Just when everyone was talking, a video has appeared. Everyone clicked on it curiously, and then saw the picture of the army and the giant elephant fighting in front of the beautiful country. After reading it, everyone was shocked. Good boy. This horse is invulnerable. I declare. This giant elephant has practiced. Golden bell jar and iron cloth shirt and hard kagong plus. I can't make it up, the brothers in the back pick it up. There's such a giant elephant in the ground, and it's a fart. Unless the beautiful country is ruthless, directly use heavy weapons, and directly cover it with firepower. That definitely won't work. Even if the Colossus is killed with heavy weapons, the embodied place will be razed to the ground. Doesn't it mean that there is nothing? Beautiful country, manifested, but it is the same as not manifested. Pretty country, excuse me, are you polite? Longwo netizens ridiculed all kinds of things. Those who have conditions and can speak English all go to the forums of the beautiful country. After I went, the process was 1. Write a sarcastic paragraph. 2. Post. 3. Wait for a reply. 4. Open spray. Afternoon. The army of the beautiful country is regrouped. This time a number of tanks, rocket vehicles, and fighters were dispatched. The meaning of the top is simple. Destroy part of the embodied land, and kill this giant elephant too. It's very powerful. But it didn't work. When bombs from fighter jets, rockets from rocket vehicles, artillery shells from tanks, all of them hit the giant elephant. But the giant elephant remained unscathed. You can't beat it no matter how you fight, and the beautiful country is desperate. Some people even say that such a giant elephant can destroy the entire country. Fortunately, this giant elephant was reluctant to leave the embodiment site, but it did not cause much panic. There are even people who are not afraid of death, ready to sneak in and see the giant elephant with their own eyes, and most of these people are bloggers. At night, a video appeared in forums in various countries. The one in the video is Dragon Country. As you can see from the picture, people are mining on the spot. Look at carts and truckloads of copper mines, look at truckloads of timber, look at trucks of envy, jealousy, hate. However, videos of the New World are also available. Abundant resources, large land, looking at the foreign high-level eyes red. Especially the high-level executives of the beautiful country, their eyes are about to pop out. Looking back and thinking about their own embodiment, they felt the urge to cry. It's all in place. Why is there no danger in the Dragon Kingdom? Why are ours in danger? It's not fair. At this point, one rushed in. Sir, take a look at this document. Let's take a look. When this information is projected on the screen, what? That giant elephant is probably immune to thermal weapons. How is this possible? This is not scientific. Immunity to thermal weapons. So what to use to fight? Do you rely on human lives to pile up? Perhaps, we can build a robot. After thinking about it for a long time, the beautiful country finally decided on one thing. Start the Robo Hunter project. Build a giant robot and use it to take down the giant elephant in the field. Round 3. Day 9. All countries are tense again. Because tomorrow is the appointed time for the third copy. Create success and get the fortune of the country. Create failures, obliterate players, and deduct national fortunes. Compared with the dungeon, the battlefield of national fortune is secondary. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 46. 22:51:22. Not long after the dungeon game appeared, countdowns can be seen everywhere around the world. There are 22 hours left. The third dungeon is coming. A lot of people are worried, curious. The third copy of your own country, what type will it be? The third copy of your own country, in the end, can it be completed on time? But with the experience of the first 2 times, I won't be so flustered. National Fortune Battlefield. Inside the book house. Whew. Chen Feng let out a sigh of relief and muttered. There's still one last step left, and it's basically done. The third copy. It's a copy of the ability. Before, Chen Feng wanted to create a copy of Fen Jiun. He felt that with NZT-48's learning ability, he should learn martial arts quickly. But martial arts moves can be easily learned. What about internal strength? Internal strength is something that takes time to accumulate. Afterwards, the warriors of the Dragon Kingdom enter the battlefield of national fortune. I saw that the warriors were fighting hard with the wasteland beasts because of their single attack means. He felt that the third copy still had to go through the super energy stream. In fact, the third copy made Chen Feng very nerve-wracking. In the end, he chose to use a film as the blueprint for a third copy, and modified it. This movie is called Super Project. The plot is also very simple. It is a pharmaceutical company that has developed a drug that can break through genes. After taking this potion, you can obtain different superpowers according to yourself. But the super capsules in Super Project, like Never Ending, also have certain side effects. 1. Only lasts 5 minutes. 2. After eating the capsule pill, the superpower is randomly generated. On this, Chen Feng made a change. However, the worldview cannot be changed at will. Chen Feng took a lot of trouble to change a small part of the settings. The changed setting is 1. The duration has changed from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. 2. After taking the super capsule pill, you can choose the superpower you want. It's already pretty good. P.S. The third quest is considered a transitional quest to pave the way for the next quest. The second copy is medicine, and the third copy is still medicine. Thinking of this, Chen Feng couldn't cry or laugh a little, and muttered to himself in his heart. This is on the road of drug abuse, going farther and farther. Absolutely. Side effects are definitely non-existent. It's just Chen Feng's self-complaining. Outside, the voice of the Supreme Consciousness rang out. A Three Kingdoms player successfully created the third dungeon. The copy created by the players of the Three Kingdoms is 10,000 Buddha's Dynasty. Add 15% for the national fortune of the 3 countries. Since the national fortune of the 3 countries has increased by more than 10%, they will be qualified to enter the battlefield of national fortune. The number of people who can enter the battlefield of the national games is -50 people. What? The national fortunes of the 3 countries have increased by 15%. Then this copy of 10,000 Buddha's Dynasty must be a very good copy. Supreme consciousness to the national fortune, is to see the copy. The higher the completeness of the dungeon, the stronger the abilities that people can gain from it, and the more national luck will be given. And this is the first country that is not a big 5 power to enter the battlefield of national fortune. Our time is coming. Enter the battlefield, occupy the point, and manifest it. If the Spanish country fails, will we, the 3 countries, succeed in ranking among the 5 great powers? From now on, we are also the 5 great powers. This moment, the whole people of the 3 countries cheered. The saying that the 3 countries of Afghanistan banned the French and Western countries and officially became the 5 great powers began to spread gradually. But how could the FASI countries possibly agree? The Franco-Spanish player successfully created the third dungeon. The copy created by the Fashua player is Dark Assassin. Fa Spain national fortune at 18%. Since the national fortune of the French and Spanish countries has increased by more than 10%, they will be qualified to enter the battlefield of the national fortune? The number of people who can enter the battlefield of the national games is -50 people. After hearing the voice of the Supreme Consciousness, all the Sci-fi people cheered. Parade. Protest. To hell with all of them. Today there is only carnival. It's up to you to ban us. Entering the 5 great powers? Fools of the 3 kingdoms, you will never be worthy to be among the 5 great powers. The fashions ridiculed wildly. The people of the 3 kingdoms did not respond. The 2 countries. The scolding war continues. The officials of the 4 Spanish countries also issued a statement condemning the arrogance of the 3 countries. The officials of the 3 countries also responded immediately, using the defeat of the national fortune battlefield to expose the scars of the French and Western countries. 1, 2, 3, 4. One after another, many countries have completed the 3rd copy. There are constantly countries that have the qualifications to enter the national movement battlefield. Eventually, a national that can enter the national battlefield. More than 20. This is. Since more than 20 countries can enter the battlefield of the national games, the ranking of the battlefield of the national games is opened. The ranking of the national sports battlefield is as follows. 1. Dragon Kingdom. 2. Beautiful Country. 3. Eagle Hook Country. 4. Northern Bear Country. 5. Asangwo. 6. Maple Leaf Country. 7. Automobile Country. 8. Mafia Country. 9. Island Nation. 10. Stick Country. 22. Ice Country. After a pause of about 10 seconds, the voice of Supreme Consciousness came again. The Dragon Nation player successfully created the 3rd dungeon. The copy created by the Dragon Kingdom player is Super Energy Project. Dragon Kingdom National Fortune at 30%. Global Dungeon, Super Power uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 47. The 3rd dungeon of the Dragon Kingdom can be successfully. Not unexpected. What is the of the Quest Power Project? Not surprising. But this national fortune at 30%. Our 3rd dungeon is also related to the Transcendental. The results. 15%. That's 18% at most. But why do you have add 30% in the Dragon Kingdom? Why? Why? Dragon Country. It's terrifying. A small country that is friendly with the Dragon Kingdom. Dragon Country. Is this going to rise? A small neutral country. Dragon Country. It's rising too fast, it can't go on like this. A developed country in the West. The whole world is talking about the Dragon Nation. Actually, this will put the Dragon Kingdom in the wind. Or, soar into the sky. Or, someone dragged down. But all the people in the Dragon Kingdom believe that their motherland can soar into the sky. Then, the voice of the Supreme Consciousness sounded again. The time limit for the 3rd copy to pass is -30 days. Whew. Hear the 30-day. The whole world breathed a sigh of relief. This time I gave a lot of time, so I finally don't have to be in such a hurry, so anxious. Yes, this time, it's finally a little easier. Supreme Consciousness is also very human. This is. Please successfully create the 3rd dungeon of the country, within 30 days, let the whole country pass the dungeon mission. Remarks. Except for the elderly, pregnant women, and children. 1. As long as it is the nationality of the country, it is counted. 2. Foreigners in their home countries are also counted. 3. No nationality removal. The above articles are effective from now on. What? The country that successfully created the 3rd copy. Collectively confused. It, all pass, why is it different from before? It used to be 50% of the population, but this time it's all of them. Fact said before that supreme consciousness is human, you come out for me, promise to kill you. Supreme consciousness or supreme consciousness. It's still a familiar taste. Nervousness. It is to keep all mankind in a state of tension all the time. There is the meaning of the training is inside. There are also a lot of people who are speculating. Supreme consciousness came into being because it was in crisis. It wants to train humanity to fight the crises it encounters. But this is just a guess, and there is no way to verify it. Not, though. Many people agree with this statement. Otherwise, the source of supreme consciousness cannot be explained. Dragon Country. After listening to the prompts of the supreme consciousness, a meeting was immediately held at the top of the hierarchy. Before, all are 50% of the population. And this time, it is all the dragons who must pass the quest. The most important thing is, no matter where you are or where you go, as long as you are the nationality of the Dragon Kingdom, you must pass the copy of the super project. Even if there is one person who does not pass, it will not work, and it will be regarded as a mission failure. But Dragon Kingdom is not in a hurry. Because before, the Dragon Kingdom had already implemented a plan to close the country. At that time, it also attracted global attention. After Super Runaway, the beautiful country also wanted to find out the news of the copy of the Dragon Kingdom through Yuguo. The results. Yuguo suffered ahead. The beautiful country went to other countries to cooperate, but all of them were rejected without exception. And so, the matter was abandoned. At that time, there were also many countries that felt that the decision of the Dragon Kingdom to close the country was wrong. What age is this, and the country is still closed? How? Haven't we had enough of the losses of history? But later, especially now, these countries who have ridiculed the Dragon Kingdom closure plan. Scalp tingling. It is not a hassle to pass copies nationwide, especially for some small countries. But there are also hard conditions. As long as you have the nationality of that country, it is counted. It's troublesome. The most important thing is no removal of nationality. More trouble. First of all, no matter which country you are in the world, you have dual citizenship. Secondly, pretty country in order to complete the quest before, directly came to the bottom of the kettle, expelled a large part of the immigrants, and took back the green cards of these immigrants. But now, this trick can't be used. Even if the nationality is removed, it will be counted. That's the most troublesome part. Normally, the more populous a country is, the slower it takes to pass a quest and the higher the chance of failure. Large number of people plus limited time equals high failure rate. There is no doubt about it. So, as the most populous dragon nation in the world, the natural failure rate has become the highest. But now, highest failure rate? No, no, no. It should be said that the success rate is the highest. Let's take a look at the announcement issued by the previous closure policy of the Dragon Kingdom. 1. Expel anyone who is not a Dragon Nation national. Even from embassies of various countries, people are not immune to expulsion. And that's exactly what happened, because of the opposition of many countries. But the Dragon Kingdom didn't pay attention to it at all. 2. Chinese who have the nationality of the Dragon Kingdom and are abroad must return to China within the specified time, otherwise they will be removed from the nationality of the Dragon Kingdom. At that time, this policy also attracted the dissatisfaction of some Chinese. It's not that they're unpatriotic, it's not that they don't want to come back, it's that some people are out doing business and talking about buying and selling. When I go back at this time, what will happen to the business? But now, to be honest, I didn't quite understand why I closed the country before, but now I realize that I am preparing for this moment. High-level leaders, the vision is really long-term. Declare in advance, I graduated from elementary school and have no culture. Good fellows, can this be announced in advance? Uneducated? Which big brother is educated? Let's make 2 sentences. Dragon country. Ada also, instantly tall and tall. Poof, are you going to laugh at me to death when you ride a horse, and then inherit my super telekinesis? It's like someone who doesn't have superpowers. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 48. The laughter and laughter on the side of the dragon country, and the sad faces of the rest of the country, formed a stark contrast. Especially the 3 countries of Afghanistan and the country of burritos. These 2 countries have a very high number of immigrants. The most important thing is that after immigration, the original nationality is not erased. So, they started self-checking. Some people don't mean I immigrated, and I didn't want my original nationality. On the contrary, yes, they still retain their original nationality. Anyway, it has caused a lot of trouble to these countries. And this moment. The 3rd round has also officially begun. Dragon country. Enter the copy and return the 7th army. Actually, there are also other armies who want to enter the dungeon to open up wasteland. But the 7th army, which has 2 combat experiences, said directly. We have a lot of combat experience. You can conquer the dungeon in the shortest possible time, and you won't waste a single bit of time. Time is of the essence, so it's better not to risk changing people. That's all it. The wasteland of the copy of the Super Energy Project once again fell on the head of the 7th Army. Zhou Jianbei glanced at the 2 people in front of him, and said angrily, just a few of you, you still want to rob me. Hearing this, the other 2 were reluctant. The commander of the 3rd Army said, Old Zhou, I don't like to hear what you say, why can't we rob it? Look at your pride, the commander of the 5th Army said angrily, that is, you are lucky, it is your turn to be the 7th Army for the first time. Zhou Jian grinned and said with a smug smile, it's just good luck, how can you drop it? Lao Li, kick him. Come on, Lao Sun, you hold him down, I'll kick. Okay. The 2 of them rushed over together. Zhou Jian turned around and ran, shouting as he ran, ah, the military commander is beating people. This old brother is an old comrade in arms, and he has gone abroad to fight together. It was. At the time, Zhou Jian was the company commander of the 2 of them. When I went, there were dozens of people larger. When they returned, there were only 3 of them left. Looking at the 3 commanders who were chasing, the rest of the soldiers were full of smiles. These young people are very envious of the 3 army commanders, who can have such a deep comradeship. Ha ha ha. Lao Li, Lao Sun, you can't do it? You've only run a few laps, and you can't run. Zhou Jian, who spoke, was already sitting on the ground. Run. I can't run. My lungs felt like they were going to explode. Lao Li said stiffly, look at yourself, and have the face to talk about us. Lao Sun instead lay on the ground and sighed, I'm old, I can't accept the old. Yes, Lao Li also sighed, we are all old, and the future belongs to these young people. Zhou Jian walked towards the 2, he sat in front of the 2, and said, knowing that I am old, what are you still grabbing from me for the right to open up wasteland? You're not me, you don't have a wife, you don't have offspring. Honestly, at home, accompany your wife, hug your eldest grandson, isn't it good? Lao Li and Lao Sun were stunned at the same time. Zhou Jian slowly stood up and said, okay, let's go. Old Zhou, wait for you to come back and drink. Old Zhou. Be careful. Hearing the advice of the two old comrades in arms, Zhou Jian turned around and scolded with a smile, "How can I listen to it? It means that I am a little cursed to death." "Lao Li, roll the calf." "Lao Sun, get out of your uncle." "Zhou Jian, ha ha. The of the 7th Army. Enter." The scene is changing. When time settled, the 7th Army had already entered the copy of the superpower project. "This is." A small line of writing appeared in front of their eyes. "Quest, find the drug maker for the super elixir." After reading the task prompt, Zhou Jian immediately gave an order. "First go to find out the news, find the surrounding drug sellers, and then touch up layer by layer." "Yes, sir." Finding a drug manufacturer. Such a task. It's not hard. As long as you find a distributor, you can find a general pharmaceutical factory. After all, it is layer by layer, and it is divided from above. National Fortune Battlefield. Inside the book house. After completing the 3rd copy, Chen Feng let out a sigh of relief, feeling that he could finally be idle for a few days. Using the function of the copy creator, Chen Feng looked inside the copy. "Wow." Chen Feng smiled at the corner of his mouth, still an old acquaintance. "I looked at for a while." "No problem, it's only a matter of time before you find a drug manufacturer." Chen Feng no longer looked at the situation inside the copy, but instead looked at the outside world. This side of the Dragon Kingdom. The queue is being carried out in an orderly manner. Then look at foreign. I can't say that it's a messy batch, it can only be said that it's a mess of porridge. Especially Sangwo, that's called a chicken flying dog jumping. The country of the 3 countries of Afghanistan is. How to say it? The rich and the poor are polarized. Poor, poor. Rich, rich. And, there is also the caste system. The high castes are either rich or powerful. And most of those who can afford to immigrate are also wealthy. If you have money, you naturally know and have power, so it's complicated to trace. But, compared with the burrito country, the 3 countries of Afghanistan are already much better. On the side of the burrito country, all kinds of hay gangs, duke dealers, guns and ammunition are like cigarettes, don't be too common. So, burrito in the country, the police and the people have clashed. And this conflict getting bigger and bigger. However, it's not just the 3 kingdoms and the burrito country. In some other countries, the process of self-checking is also cumbersome. And at this very moment, someone posted a set of photos. The photo is a contrast between the 2 sides, and it looks very stark. Left. The people of the Dragon Kingdom are lining up in an orderly manner. There was a smile on the face of every dragon countryman. On the right, people are panicked, and everyone's face has a worried look. They didn't know if they would be able to complete the quest within a month. If you don't do it, the punishment will come. At that time, many people will lose their jobs and homes. National Fortune Battlefield. Inside the book house, Chen Feng nodded and muttered to himself with satisfaction. Effectiveness. It's already slowly showing. However, just as he was lying on the sofa, thinking about being busy for a long time, there was a cry outside. "Great God, Chen Feng, are you still busy? Something is wrong on our side, can you come and take a look?" Chen Feng remembered this voice. This is the voice of Yang Yongqiang, the captain of the Wolf Tooth Squadron. The Wolf's Tooth Squadron. Got stuck. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 49. Super Runaway, Never End, Super Project. These 3 copies all have one thing in common. It can make it easy for everyone in the Dragon Kingdom to obtain superpowers. The more people from your own country pass the quest, the more benefits the quest creator will receive. Replica creator. The people of the country. In between. Mutual assistance and complementarity. And Chen-Feng's current strength. Far more than the creators of copies in other countries. And after the first 2 copies, Chen-Feng was sure of one thing. The purpose of supreme consciousness is not to make a person stronger. Its real purpose is to make the people of the whole country stronger along with the creators of the copy. So, when Chen-Feng creates a complete copy, the Dragon Kingdom will increase the fortune of the country by so much. That's all I can say. After all, the copies created by foreign players also have a relatively complete worldview, but the national fortune is not as much as that of the Dragon Kingdom. This makes foreign players very confused. Not, though. It won't take long. Foreign players will find out. But it was too late, and they had already been left far behind by Chen-Feng. Outside the book house. Seeing Chen-Feng coming out of the tree, Yang Yongqiang hurriedly greeted him. Chen-Feng asked curiously, "What's wrong? Have you encountered any difficulties?" Yang Yongqiang said, "It's not that it's a difficulty, but that a battlefield has been discovered." Chen-Feng raised his eyebrows, "Battlefield?" Yang Yongqiang nodded, and said with a very serious expression, "That battlefield is evil. As soon as our warriors get close, their eyes turn red and they can't help but go crazy. It seems that he has lost his mind, and he doesn't even recognize his companions." "Oh. Hear, hear." Chen-Feng immediately became interested. He hurriedly said, "Let's go, take me to see." Distance. It's a red soil. On this soil, there are all kinds of weapons scattered around. However, it appears that these weapons are damaged. When they saw Chen-Feng coming here, a group of wolf-toothed warriors cast their eyes in admiration. Chen-Feng squatted down. Grabbed a handful of red soil. I sniffed it in front of my nose and immediately smelled a pungent smell of blood. I pinched the red clay on my fingertips and found that it was a little wet. Yang Yongqiang also squatted down, also grabbed a little red soil, and then said, "The soil is red with blood." And it looked like it had only recently been dyed red, but we didn't hear any fighting. Chen-Feng asked, "Where are the affected fighters?" A soldier came up and said, I've been affected, but fortunately, my comrades have controlled me." Chen-Feng asked, "Do you remember what it was like at that time?" The warrior recalled, "There has always been a voice in my head, urging me to kill everyone." Chen-Feng nodded and said, "I know, you can rest first." The warrior nodded. Then back to the queue. Looking back at this piece, there are at least dozens of kilometers of red soil. I haven't done it until now. Yang Yongqiang said with emotion, "It's hard to imagine how many creatures died here, staining such a large piece of soil." However, Chen-Feng smiled lightly and said, "Nothing unimaginable." Yang Yongqiang. Ahem. Is Chen-Feng pretending to be forced? Okay. Young people, who want to pretend to be forced, can understand. But just when Yang Yongqiang was thinking about how to cooperate with Chen-Feng to pretend to be forced, the ground shook. Huh? It's an earthquake. Or is there some giant monster? The fighters immediately assumed a defensive posture. The results. Chen-Feng's voice floated over, "Don't panic, I caused it." Huh? Chen-Feng's great god made a movement. "What do you want to do?" Just when the soldiers were puzzled, Chen-Feng suddenly burst out. "If you don't come out again, I'll kill you directly." Fighters. Great God Chen-Feng, this is. Who are you talking to? Who are you letting out? Who are you going to kill again? There's no one around. Chen-Feng drank again, "Toast and don't eat and drink." Click. Click. Cracks began to appear in the ground. The surrounding ground shook like a 12-magnitude earthquake. The soldiers staggered and stood unsteadily, but Chen Feng did not move. Suddenly, all was at peace. The earth does not move, and the mountains do not shake. Fighters. What's going on? One of the warriors suddenly spoke up and asked, what about the red soil, why did it disappear? Everyone hurriedly looked at it, and the result was. Sure enough. The red soil is indeed gone. Everything became bare, like a barren wasteland. Still using this little trick. Chen Feng sneered, death will not change. The ground shook again. A spear made of clay and at least 10 meters in length appeared in front of everyone. Fighters, shhhhhh. They will all have the means of telekinesis control. But Chen Feng's direct use of clay and the means of transforming it into a spear is a divine skill for them. Whoosh! The spear flew out in an instant. The fighters didn't know who Chen Feng was talking to, or why he was attacking to the left. But in the next second, click! The spear seemed to smash a mirror. The crack spreads, and soon it snaps and the whole thing is completely shattered. The land, which is bare and seems to be barren, is changing at this moment. Mountains, water, trees, grass. Little by little, unfolded in the field of vision of the fighters. Here it is. Wonderland. Hey, that's beautiful, isn't it? I swear, I've never seen such a beautiful place. The fighters were so shocked that they couldn't keep their mouths shut. Yang Yongqiang took a deep breath and asked, Great God Chen Feng, what the hell is going on? Can you explain it to the brothers? Chen Feng looked somewhere, where there was a tree that was different from the others. The leaves on the tree are moving. Chen Feng smiled and said, Wait for me, I'll explain to you right away. Whoosh! He flew very fast towards the different tree. Give it to me. Come down. Chen Feng's telekinesis was exerted to the extreme, and an invisible big hand grabbed the creature on the big tree. Hoopwo! A purple fox with a rootless tail was dragged down by Chen Feng. Global Dungeon, superpower uploaded at the beginning went out of control. Author, the temperature is very low. Chapter 50. It is a purple fox with purple hair all over its body and 5 tails. This purple fox. Noble. Pretty. People can't help but give birth to a heart to protect it. The purple fox didn't use any means, this is its innate foxy attribute. Fox Clan. You just need to understand what this means. Chen Feng observed the purple fox in front of him, which was controlled in mid-air by his telekinesis, and muttered. The means of attack are very simple, and the defense force is not strong. But it creates realistic illusions. This little fox is kind of interesting. Yes. The so-called ancient battlefield before was an illusion created by the purple fox. As for the wolf-toothed warrior suddenly going crazy, it was also a means of spiritual attack by the purple fox. Fortunately, the wolf-tooth warrior has super mental power to protect himself, otherwise just now, don't think about relieving himself for 3 or 5 months. Not. Though. Purple fox didn't seem to want to kill. It's just that the start is not light or heavy. If you do something wrong, you will be punished. Chen Feng said lightly, so, I'll punish you for being by my side and being a pet for me. Purple fox, hoopwo. Obviously. It is unwilling. But. Obviously, Chen Feng said it. In his previous life, he liked to pet dogs and cats. In this life, being selected into the battlefield of national fortune, the cat and dog are estimated to be gone, but it's not bad to pet a fox. What's more, it's still a wasteland fox with 5 tails and a whole body of this color. Chen Feng, Let's go, and apologize solemnly to our soldiers. Purple Fox. What? It's all the environment. It's all this little fox, made to deceive people. After listening to Chen Feng's words, the soldiers were dumbfounded. One by one, they couldn't believe it, looking at the purple fox beside Chen Feng. Chen Feng nodded with a smile and said, well, it was indeed made by it. Speaking of this, Chen Feng patted the purple fox and said, you hurt our warrior, apologize quickly. Purple fox. It didn't move. Chen Feng. In front of so many people, you don't give me face, right? A powerful telekinesis appeared, and the purple fox instantly lost control of his body. Subsequently, it was forced to stand up, and forced to helpless front paws to hug. Then he bowed in desperation. Although it looked funny, it stunned the soldiers. This purple fox's intelligence is so high, it even bows and apologizes. Chen Feng, under my control, it's no problem to let the purple fox dance for a while. Perhaps. Is it the good of Chen Feng's great god sect? Chen Feng, ouch, this young man, the road is wider. Accept the purple fox in 3 or 2 clicks, and make the purple fox apologize in 1 sentence, this is too strong, right? Chen Feng, one by one, the road is wider. Chen Feng said lightly. Ahem. It's all trivial, it's not worth mentioning. This purple fox is the lord of this area. Now that I've tamed it, you can take over control of it and manifest it in the Dragon Kingdom. Oh, by the way, this territory is not easy. Some of the fruits here, the herbs, the trees, are all special effects. What is the specific special effect? Let the outside researchers study it slowly. Chen Feng's words just fell. The voice of the Supreme Consciousness also resounded all over the world. Outside. The Dragon Kingdom player accepted the pet Wasteland Sky Fox, took over the territory of the Wasteland Sky Fox, and obtained the following rewards. 1. National fortune increased by 10%. 2. 100 times embodied in the Wasteland Sky Fox territory. Wow! There was a global uproar. Honestly. About the Dragon Kingdom killing the Wasteland beasts and manifesting their territory. Foreigners are no longer surprised. But this time it's not a kill, it's a subjugation. What does the acceptance stand for? It means that the wasteland beast in the battlefield of national fortune can be subdued. People have never seen any other wasteland beasts, but they have all seen the giant elephant in the beautiful country. If anyone can subdue the giant elephant. Invincible. Absolutely invincible. Because that giant elephant is immune to all thermal weapons. There is such a giant elephant as a pet, and it is definitely walking sideways in this world. Of course. That's all I have to say. It is estimated that only the creator of the quest can subdue the wasteland beast. Either you have to enter the battlefield of the national fortune in order to be eligible to subdue the wasteland beast. Dragon Country. The whole country celebrates. Chen Feng Great God NB. I am lucky to be born in the Dragon Kingdom. I've been a failure in my life, and nothing has ever made me proud, but at this moment, I'm proud to be a dragon countryman. I have no regrets in this life to enter the Dragon Kingdom, and I will still be a dragon country person in the next life. The young people had an impulsive personality and began to boast about Chen Feng in various ways and promote their patriotic spirit. Although it is a little high profile, although it is a little bit second. But it's all from the heart. The seat of the high level of the Dragon Kingdom. The white-haired old man was in excellent condition and was very full of energy. It is said that people are in good spirits when they are happy, and this is the case with white-haired old men. You can subdue the wasteland beasts. The white-haired old man sighed, Chen Feng is really a god. Yes, what a son of heaven. Awesome, awesome. Not only the white-haired old man, but also the other high-level bigwigs' side. The giant elephant of the beautiful country. Who hasn't seen it? Fierce and immune to all thermal weapons. This terrifying existence, no one thought that it could be subdued. But Chen Feng did it. Another 10% increase in national fortune. The white-haired old man laughed heartily and said, "Everyone, huh." Everyone in the conference room suddenly looked out the window. Because just now, day turned into night in an instant. And this phenomenon has also attracted the attention of countless people around the world. Dragon Kingdom. What's going on? Is there going to be a natural disaster? Many foreigners, especially foreigners from the Sour Dragon Kingdom, gloated at that time. Whatever the reason, they all felt that this kind of weather must not be a good thing. Not only them, but even the Dragon Kingdom itself was a little confused in his heart. What's going on? Isn't it at 10% national fortune? How does it look like it's going to be a natural disaster? Don't say it, brother, I'm a little panicked. Who is not panicking? No matter how panicked you are, you have to queue up and wait to get into the dungeon, don't mess around. It's messy, it's definitely not going to be messy.